Bali isn't just a tropical paradise. It's a place where you can live comfortably on just $600 a month. But what truly makes this island special? Let's uncover the secrets of Bali, where life and the people will leave you absolutely speechless. Welcome to our channel, the channel where we explore the world's most unique and surprising destinations. Today we'll dive into Bali, an island that's not just beautiful, but filled with fascinating stories and unexpected surprises. From living on a budget to the shockingly open-minded culture of the locals, this video will make you want to book a ticket immediately. Imagine waking up in a tropical paradise, surrounded by lush greenery, golden beaches, and the calming sound of waves crashing against the shore. Now imagine doing all this without burning a hole in your wallet. Bali makes this dream a reality. In Bali, the cost of living is incredibly low. A hearty, delicious meal can cost as little as $2 at local eateries or warungs. These small, family-run restaurants serve traditional Indonesian dishes, such as nasi goreng, fried rice, mie goreng, fried noodles, and satay ayam, chicken satay. For less than $10, you could easily enjoy 3 meals a day, each bursting with authentic flavors and fresh ingredients. When it comes to accommodation, the options are diverse and surprisingly affordable. Expats often rent private villas with pools or cozy apartments for under $300 per month. For those on a tighter budget, shared housing or homestays are available for even less. Areas like Ubud and Canggu are popular choices, offering a blend of tranquility and accessibility to Bali's bustling hubs. Transportation is another major perk. Renting a scooter, the preferred mode of travel on the island, costs approximately $50 per month. With a scooter, you can explore Bali's iconic rice terraces, hidden waterfalls, and pristine beaches at your own pace. Public transportation is scarce, but the affordability of scooters and ride-hailing apps like Gojek ensures you're never stuck. Let's not forget the natural beauty that Bali offers for free. From the sunrise trek on Mouthwatering to the endless stretches of white sand beaches like Padang Padang or the cliffs of Uluwatu, every moment here feels like a scene from a postcard. Even with such a low cost of living, Bali doesn't compromise on quality. The island offers a high standard of living with access to modern amenities, including co-working spaces, international schools, and world-class healthcare facilities. Can you believe that with just a fraction of your rent in the US, you can enjoy a full, comfortable life in Bali? Let's dive deeper. Bali is not just a place. It's an experience that touches your soul. The people of Bali, known as Balinese, are the heart of this island, and their unique culture is what makes Bali stand out from other destinations. One of the most fascinating aspects of Balinese culture is their warm hospitality. Locals greet you with a genuine smile and an openness that makes you feel instantly welcome. Whether you're a tourist visiting for the first time or an expat settling down, you'll notice how effortlessly the Balinese integrate you into their community. Balinese culture is deeply rooted in tradition, yet it's surprisingly modern in its approach to community and inclusivity. One standout example is the Omed Festival, also known as the Festival of Kisses. Held annually, this vibrant event involves unmarried men and women participating in a playful kiss battle. While the festival is primarily a ritual to bring good fortune and repel bad spirits, it also fosters unity and a sense of joy among participants and onlookers. It's a reminder of how traditions can bring people together in the most unexpected ways. Another remarkable aspect is the coexistence of locals and foreigners. Bali is home to thriving expat communities, particularly in areas like Ubud, Seminyak, and Canggu. Here, you'll find a melting pot of cultures, where locals and expatriates come together to celebrate life. From yoga retreats and art workshops to music festivals and farmers markets, the island offers countless opportunities for meaningful cultural exchanges. This cultural fusion creates a dynamic environment where everyone feels included. The openness of Balinese culture extends to their spiritual practices as well. Hinduism, the predominant religion on the island, is not just a belief system but a way of life. Daily offerings, known as kanang sari, are placed at temples, homes, and even on sidewalks as a gesture of gratitude and respect to the gods. Visitors are often invited to witness or participate in traditional ceremonies, providing an intimate glimpse into Bali's spiritual richness. Yet, this openness and integration come with a few challenges. The influx of tourists and expats has brought cultural changes and increased commercialization in certain areas. For example, districts like Kuta and Legian have become heavily tourist-focused, often overshadowing the traditional charm of the island. This raises important questions about preserving Bali's cultural integrity while embracing globalization. But does this openness bring unexpected surprises? Not everyone knows that Bali isn't just about pristine beaches. It's also home to deep spiritual traditions and hidden cultural gems. One of the island's most iconic landmarks is Tanah Lot Temple, perched on a massive rock formation surrounded by the ocean. As waves crash against the rock, worshippers flock to this site annually to offer prayers and seek blessings. The setting, especially during sunset, is breathtaking and exudes a sense of serenity that words can hardly capture. Equally intriguing is the Nyepi, or the Day of Silence, a cultural practice unlike anything in the world. On this day for 24 hours, the island comes to a complete standstill. The airports shut down, roads are empty, and even electricity usage is minimal. Families use this time for reflection, meditation, and reconnection with themselves and their loved ones. The silence that blankets Bali creates a magical and deeply moving experience for locals and tourists alike. However, with Bali's growing popularity, certain areas face significant challenges. Destinations like Kuta have become overcrowded, leading to problems such as waste management and environmental degradation. Coral reefs around the island have also suffered from over-tourism and pollution. These issues spark an important conversation about sustainable tourism. Can Bali continue to welcome millions of visitors while preserving its natural beauty and cultural essence? Thankfully, local organizations and communities are stepping up. Initiatives such as beach cleanups, eco-friendly resorts, and education on sustainable practices are helping to tackle these challenges. The Balinese people's commitment to protecting their home is a testament to their resilience and love for their island. Want to know how you can be part of Bali's sustainability efforts while enjoying its beauty? Let's continue. One of Bali's most remarkable aspects is its people, who embody the spirit of resilience and hospitality. Let's take a closer look at Kadek, a local tour guide with a passion for sharing Bali's hidden treasures. For Kadek, Bali is not just about the luxury resorts, but also about its lesser-known villages, where tradition and modernity harmoniously coexist. Kadek often guides visitors to places like Sidman and Munduk, where life moves at a slower, more meaningful pace. In these villages, you'll encounter farmers tending to vibrant rice terraces, artisans crafting exquisite wood carvings, and elders eager to share their stories and traditions. This is the true Bali, Kadek explains, a place where every interaction teaches you something about gratitude and simplicity. Beyond guiding tourists, Kadek is deeply involved in community initiatives aimed at improving local lives. He works on projects that provide educational opportunities for children, support sustainable farming, and preserve cultural practices. Kadek's story is just one example of how the Balinese people use their heritage to inspire and empower others. Another heartwarming story is that of Ibu Maid, a weaver in a small village near Ubud. Ibu Maid is part of a women's collective that creates intricate textiles using techniques passed down for generations. Each piece of fabric tells a story of family, history, and the natural world. Through her work, Ibu Maid not only sustains her family, but also preserves an art form that is central to Balinese identity. These stories remind us that Bali is more than a destination. It's a place where people live with purpose and passion, making every visitor's journey unforgettable. So, how can you connect with Bali's people and their extraordinary way of life? We're about to reveal it. To live comfortably in Bali on a budget, follow these tips. 1. Choose smart accommodations. Ubud and Canggu offer everything from homestays to affordable villas. You can rent a cozy room for as little as $200 to $300 a month. Eat at warungs. These are the cheapest and most delicious to enjoy Balinese cuisine. Don't forget to try the famous babi guling, roast pig. 3. Get around by scooter. Renting a scooter for about $50 a month is the most economical and convenient way to explore the island. Before, join free activities. From watching sunsets in Uluwatu, trekking Mount Batur, to visiting temples, Bali offers countless free yet unforgettable experiences. 5. Shop at local markets. Traditional markets in Bali not only sell fresh produce, but also unique souvenirs at incredibly low prices. 6. Take affordable classes. Join yoga sessions, cooking classes, or learn traditional crafts for just a few dollars per session. 7. Connect with local communities. Attend cultural events or volunteer in villages to experience Bali authentically and meaningfully. Ready to turn your dream of living in paradise into reality? Don't look away just yet. The finale will surprise you. So, we've uncovered Bali, an island that's not just stunning, but also full of surprises. From ultra-affordable living, open-minded culture, to inspiring stories, Bali is truly a paradise everyone should visit at least once in their lifetime. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Share your thoughts on Bali, or let us know where you'd like us to take you in the next video. And don't miss our upcoming video about a surprising destination where you can live like royalty for just a few dollars. See you soon. Imagine living in a country where owning a home feels like an impossible dream. Grocery bills are emptying your wallet, and even the air feels unforgiving. This isn't a dystopian movie, it's Australia today. What happened to the so-called lucky country?
Oh,
no! Welcome to our channel, where we uncover captivating stories from around the world. Today, we're diving into the shocking realities of a nation once considered paradise, Australia. From skyrocketing housing prices to an environmental crisis, let's explore why many are finding life here increasingly unlivable. Let's rewind to the early 2000s. Australia was a thriving nation, booming economy, abundant job opportunities, and a welcoming environment. People flocked here not just to live, but to dream. But those dreams? They've taken a dark turn. In Sydney and Melbourne, property prices have surged over 200% in the past 2 decades. The average home in Sydney now costs a staggering 1.3 million AUD. Renting isn't much better. Average rents have jumped 10 to 20% in just a few years. Imagine the story of Alex and Lisa, a young couple in Melbourne with 2 kids. They spend nearly 50% of their monthly income on rent, leaving little for other necessities. Lisa shares, "We once hoped to own a small home, but now it feels like an unattainable dream." Students aren't spared either. Take Raj from India, an international student juggling 2 part-time jobs just to afford rent and tuition. "Living here is beautiful," Raj says, "but it's also incredibly expensive." Australia is grappling with its highest inflation rate in 2 decades. Prices for essentials, food, fuel, utilities, are spiraling out of control. A 2024 report revealed that the average household spends over 30% of their income on basic groceries. Even the little things have turned into luxuries. Imagine paying nearly 10 AUD for a loaf of bread. In Australia, that's reality. For families with children, the financial pressure is even harsher. Maria, a mother of 2 in Adelaide, shares that she often buys discounted groceries at the end of the day to save costs. "Sometimes I have to choose between buying milk for my kids or paying the electricity bill. It's unfair that we're facing this in a developed country." Workers like Daniel, a delivery driver in Perth, are also feeling the pinch. "Every day I have to choose between eating well and paying my bills," he says. "I never thought life in Australia could be this tough." And it's not just about rising prices. Wages aren't keeping pace with inflation. A recent study shows that while average incomes have grown by just 2% annually, living costs have doubled. Picture an Australian summer. Not just sunny beaches, but weeks of raging bushfires. The Black Summer fires of 2019-2020 scorched over 18 million hectares of land, killed billions of animals, and left thousands homeless. But the story doesn't end there. Climate change is battering the nation. Australia ranks among the highest in per capita carbon emissions, yet its environmental policies remain inadequate. The result? The Great Barrier Reef, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, is dying at an alarming rate. Listen to the words of a Queensland fisherman. "I used to catch enough fish in a day to feed my family for a week. Now, the ocean feels empty. We're trading nature for development, and the price is too high." It's not just the oceans. Rural areas are also bearing the brunt. In recent years, prolonged droughts have slashed agricultural productivity, forcing many farmers to abandon their land. John, a farmer in New South Wales, shares, "We've lost almost everything. The land is no longer fertile, and I can't keep going." Urban areas aren't spared either. Residents of cities like Brisbane endure frequent heat waves, making daily life unbearable. Anna, an office worker, shares, "Even walking from my house to the train station feels like a challenge when the temperature hits 40 degrees Celsius." Australia's public healthcare system, once envied by the world, is now grappling with significant challenges. The Medicare system, while still functional, is under enormous strain. Patients are experiencing months-long waits for treatments that were once provided promptly. Elective surgeries, including essential procedures like joint replacements, are being delayed for years in some cases. In emergency departments, overcrowding has become the norm, with patients sometimes left waiting for hours on stretchers due to a lack of available beds. We spoke with Ethan, a 67-year-old retired teacher from Sydney. He shared, "I've been waiting over a year for cataract surgery. It's frustrating because I used to hear stories about how quick and efficient the system was. Now, I feel like I'm stuck in limbo." Private healthcare isn't the safe haven it once was. Rising premiums have priced out many middle-class families. Rachel and Thomas, a young couple from Perth, recently had to drop their private insurance. "We simply couldn't afford it anymore," Thomas said. "But relying solely on the public system feels like playing roulette with our health." Education, a cornerstone of Australia's identity, is also facing significant hurdles. Public schools in underprivileged areas are underfunded, with outdated facilities and a shortage of qualified teachers. Meanwhile, university tuition fees have skyrocketed. Domestic students face increasing debt, while international students are burdened with exorbitant fees, often exceeding $40,000 AUD per year. Meena, a student from India, described her experience. "I came to Australia for a world-class education, but it's draining me financially. I work part-time and barely have enough left for rent and food. It's as if studying here means committing to financial hardship for years." Parents are feeling the pinch as well. With the rising costs of private schooling, many families are forced to compromise on their children's education or take on additional jobs. Lauren, a mother of 3 from Adelaide, explained, "Education is supposed to be the foundation of their future, but at these prices, it's starting to feel like a luxury rather than a right." Australia has always celebrated its multicultural identity, with cities like Sydney and Melbourne boasting diverse communities. However, this diversity comes with its own set of challenges. Social cohesion is being tested as financial stress and urban pressures weigh heavily on families and individuals. A report by the Australian Bureau of Statistics found that 1 in 5 Australians struggles with mental health issues. Factors like housing stress, job insecurity, and the relentless pace of modern life have created a perfect storm of anxiety and depression. The stigma around mental health has decreased, but the availability of support services hasn't kept up. Rachel, a single mother in Brisbane, shared her struggles. "Every day feels like a battle. Between paying bills, raising my kids, and just keeping myself together, I feel like I'm always on the edge. There's no time to even think about my own well-being." Youth, in particular, are facing unique challenges. Social media pressures, combined with economic insecurity, have created a generation more anxious than ever. Schools are implementing mental health programs, but these are often insufficient. The cultural fabric is also being stretched by the divide between urban and rural communities. In metropolitan areas, the fast-paced lifestyle is leading to burnout. Meanwhile, rural Australians are grappling with isolation and a lack of access to essential services. Despite these challenges, there are glimpses of hope. Communities are coming together to support one another, and grassroots movements advocating for mental health awareness are gaining traction. However, the question remains, can society adapt to these mounting pressures before it's too late? The challenges facing Australia are complex, but at their core, many stem from systemic issues and a failure to address long-term problems. Government policies, while well-intentioned, have often been reactive rather than proactive. Housing affordability, for instance, has been discussed in Parliament for decades, yet effective measures to cool the property market have been elusive. Economic factors have also played a significant role. Global inflation, the lingering effects of the COVID-19 pandemic, and trade tensions have put pressure on the nation's economy. Industries like mining and agriculture, once the backbone of Australia's prosperity, are struggling to adapt to new environmental and economic realities. Climate change is another undeniable factor. From rising sea levels threatening coastal areas to increasing natural disasters, the environment is no longer the ally it once was. Successive governments have been criticized for not doing enough to transition to renewable energy sources, leaving the country vulnerable to the impacts of a warming planet. Finally, there's the question of social priorities. Experts argue that a focus on short-term economic growth has overshadowed investments in long-term well-being. Dr. Caroline Hayes, a sociologist, explains, Australia is at a crossroads. We need to decide whether we prioritize profits or people, and that decision will shape the future of this country. So where does this leave Australia? The challenges are immense, but history shows that Australians have a remarkable ability to adapt and persevere. With the right leadership and a collective will to change, the lucky country can still reclaim its title. The answers may not come easily, but one thing is clear. Australia is facing challenges unlike any it has seen before. Yet, like any storm, with unity and timely action, this country can weather it. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more incredible stories. And let us know in the comments, what are your thoughts on life in Australia? We'd love to hear from you. What if I told you there's a place where women carry entire baskets of corn on their heads without using their hands, where stepping into a church restroom is forbidden, and where emeralds bigger than your hand are pulled from the ground? Welcome to Zambia, a land of mind-blowing traditions, breathtaking wonders, and jaw-dropping surprises. Stay with us as we unveil the 15 most shocking facts about this incredible country that will leave you absolutely speechless. Hello, adventurers. Welcome back to our channel, your ultimate destination for travel wonders and global secrets. Today, we're taking you to the heart of Africa to uncover Zambia's most astonishing stories, from its surreal cultural customs to natural phenomena you won't believe exist. Stick around because fact number 13 might just make you reconsider your next travel plans. Before we dive in, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to stay updated on all our global adventures. Now, let's get started. Hidden beneath Zambia's soil is a treasure trove of emeralds. Did you know these dazzling gemstones are not only some of the largest, but also among the most sustainably mined in the world? What makes them so unique? Let's dive deeper to uncover their extraordinary story. In the Copperbelt province lies the Kagem Emerald Mine, the largest emerald-producing mine on Earth. These aren't just any emeralds, they're among the deepest green gemstones ever discovered. Imagine this, you're holding a gemstone that sparkles like nothing you've ever seen. But behind its beauty lies a tale of hope and responsibility. Unlike many mines with a troubled past, Kagem is a leader in sustainable mining. The mine funds local schools, builds hospitals, and even supports eco-friendly initiatives to reduce environmental damage. Could this balance of wealth and ethical practices redefine the mining industry worldwide? Would you want to visit a mine like this? Let us know in the comments below. Picture this, a busy market in Lusaka, filled with chatter and colorful stalls. Amidst this scene, a woman walks gracefully with a basket of golden corn balanced perfectly on her head. No wobble, no hands. But this isn't just about carrying loads. It's about carrying traditions, values, and a unique form of community expression. Zambian women have turned balance into an art form, honed over generations. From a young age, girls are taught this skill not merely for practicality, but as a cultural rite of passage. It's how they prove their readiness to contribute to their families and communities. Now imagine this. A group of women walking back from the fields, their baskets piled high with fresh vegetables or firewood, laughing and chatting as though their loads weigh nothing. The secret lies not just in their skill, but in the special technique they use. A precisely folded scarf or cloth placed on the head to create a cushion and distribute the weight evenly. These women's balancing acts have inspired admiration from visitors worldwide. some comparing them to elite athletes or dancers for their poise and strength. Anthropologists have noted that this practice embodies resilience, as the women carry both the physical and metaphorical weight of their communities. It's not just practical, it's symbolic. These baskets represent responsibility, resourcefulness, and even creativity, as many women weave their own baskets, customizing them with intricate patterns that reflect their region or family heritage. And yet, amidst all this skill and elegance, their hands remain free to wave at friends, hold a child's hand, or carry additional items. To an outsider, it might seem impossible, but to these women, it's a daily reality that blends necessity with grace. It's a reminder that strength comes in many forms, and sometimes it's carried lightly on one's head. Have you ever tried balancing something on your head? Share your stories below. We'd love to hear about your attempts. And speaking of balance, let's move to the next shocking fact, where even modesty can become a cultural balancing act. Imagine this. You're attending a lively Sunday service in a rural Zambian church. The hymns echo through the air, the atmosphere is serene. Then nature calls, but here's the catch. You can't use the church restroom. In Zambia, churches are seen as sacred spaces, reserved solely for worship and prayer. Using them for personal needs is considered disrespectful. What do people do? They plan ahead or use nearby facilities. While some find it inconvenient, others believe it's a testament to the deep reverence Zambians have for their faith. Would you plan ahead or take your chances? Share your thoughts below. How short is too short? In Zambia, the answer could spark a debate. In traditional communities, women are expected to avoid wearing shorts shorter than 6 inches above the knee. The reason? It's all about modesty and dignity. These rules stem from a long-standing belief that modesty protects women from unwanted attention and upholds cultural values. However, urban areas like Lusaka are more lenient, reflecting a blend of modernity and tradition. But here's the twist. Many Zambians themselves are divided on the issue. Some see it as a way to preserve their heritage, while others argue it's an outdated restriction. What do you think? Should traditions like this evolve with the times, or are they essential for cultural preservation? Known locally as Mosi Oatunya, or the smoke that thunders, Victoria Falls is one of the most breathtaking waterfalls on Earth. Can you imagine standing beside a roaring 400-foot cascade, feeling the mist envelop you and seeing rainbows form in the sunlight? But that's not all. Would you dare to take a plunge into the Devil's Pool, the natural infinity pool at the very edge of the falls? Imagine standing next to a 400-foot drop as mist and rainbows fill the air around you. For thrill seekers, this is a bucket list experience. But even if you're not the adventurous type, the view itself is worth the trip. The surrounding area is part of Mosi Oatunya National Park, home to zebras, giraffes, and even white rhinos. And if that isn't thrilling enough, wait until you discover Zambia's incredible wildlife adventures just around the corner. Zambia is a paradise for wildlife lovers. Picture this, the golden savanna of South Luangwa National Park, where lions lounge in the shade, elephants roam the riverbanks, and leopards stealthily move through the trees. But here's the twist. Zambia offers something most other safari destinations don't: walking safaris. Imagine tracking a pride of lions on foot with an expert guide, feeling the thrill of being truly immersed in the wild. For water enthusiasts, canoe safaris along the Luangwa River offer close encounters with hippos, crocodiles, and countless bird species. It's like stepping into a wildlife documentary. Would you prefer a walking safari or a canoe adventure? Let us know in the comments. In Zambia, growing up is celebrated in a way that's as profound as it is unique. The Kumuk ritual, practiced by the Bemba, Lunda, and Loi communities, marks a girl's transition into womanhood. For weeks, young girls are guided by elder women through lessons on life, relationships, and self-respect. They learn skills that will serve them as wives, mothers, and community leaders. It's not just a celebration, it's a rite of passage that unites generations. Would you attend a ceremony like this to learn more about a culture? Share your curiosity below. In a world where safety is often a concern for travelers, Zambia stands out. According to the Global Peace Index, Zambia ranked among Africa's top 10 safest countries in 2023. But what makes it so safe? The answer lies in its culture of unity and hospitality. The motto, "One Zambia, One Nation," reflects a deep commitment to harmony. Visitors often describe Zambians as some of the friendliest people they've ever met. Have you experienced such warmth on your travels? Let us know below. What if you could live in a country where the cost of living doesn't break the bank? Zambia offers exactly that. A one-bedroom apartment in Lusaka's city center costs around $400 per month, while a meal at a local restaurant is just $6. Even a pint of beer is as low as $1. This affordability makes Zambia a haven for retirees and adventurers alike. Whether you're exploring the countryside or dining in a bustling market, you'll be doing it on a budget. Would you consider moving to a country like Zambia for its low cost of living? Share your thoughts below. Ever witnessed an entire community come together for a festival that blends tradition, history, and spirituality? Zambia's Kuamboka Festival, celebrated by the Lozi people, does just that. The festival marks the annual migration of the Lozi king, or Latunga, from the floodplains to higher ground. The event's highlight is the Nalikwanda, a grand royal barge adorned with intricate designs as it sails through the Zambezi River. Accompanied by vibrant music, dance, and colorful canoes, the Kuamboka Festival is a sight to behold. It's more than a celebration. It's a living testament to Zambia's resilience and unity. Would you want to witness such a culturally rich event in person? Zambia is making waves in renewable energy. Did you know that over 80% of its electricity comes from hydropower? The Kafue Gorge Lower Hydropower Station is one of the largest in Africa, providing clean energy while reducing dependence on fossil fuels. This commitment to sustainability isn't just about the environment, it's about improving lives. Rural areas now have access to reliable electricity, transforming communities and opening doors to education and technology. What do you think about Zambia's efforts to lead the way in renewable energy? Want to dive into the heart of Zambian life? Head to Lusaka City Market, a bustling hub of culture, commerce, and connection. Here, you'll find everything from vibrant fruits and vegetables to handcrafted jewelry and traditional carvings. The market is also a foodie's dream, with stalls serving Zambian delicacies like nshima, fritters, and grilled meat skewers. But Lusaka City Market isn't just about shopping. It's a melting pot of stories and traditions where modern life meets deep cultural roots. Would you enjoy exploring such a lively and colorful market? Zambia is home to an astounding 72 languages, making it one of the most linguistically diverse nations in the world. While English serves as the official language, regional languages like Bemba, Lozi, and Nyanja dominate daily conversations. Each language represents a unique piece of Zambia's cultural puzzle, passed down through generations. Despite this diversity, the country's motto, "One Zambia, One Nation," unites its people. Would you find it exciting to navigate such a multilingual environment? Victoria Falls is already breathtaking, but here's something most travelers don't know. It's moonbow phenomenon. During full moon nights, the mist from the falls creates a rare and ethereal rainbow at night. Known as a lunar rainbow, this natural wonder can only be seen in a few places worldwide, and Zambia's side of the falls offers the best views. Have you ever witnessed a natural phenomenon like this? Last but not least, Zambia's people are its greatest treasure. Travelers often describe Zambians as kind, warm, and welcoming. This reputation isn't just anecdotal, it's reflected in Zambia's rank among Africa's safest countries. Whether it's a local guiding you to a hidden gem or offering a warm smile, you'll feel right at home in Zambia. Have you ever visited a place where the people made you feel so welcome you didn't want to leave? This completes your 15 most shocking facts about Zambia. Let me know if you'd like to expand on any section or adjust the tone further. Wow, Zambia truly is a land of surprises, isn't it? From its incredible natural wonders and cultural traditions to its remarkable hospitality and hidden gems, this country proves that there's so much more to discover than meets the eye. Which of these shocking facts about Zambia amazed you the most? Or is there something fascinating you know about Zambia that we missed? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this journey through Zambia, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more thrilling adventures across the globe. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you never miss out on our next exploration. Until next time, keep exploring, stay curious, and remember, the world is full of wonders just waiting to be uncovered. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Hello, and welcome to our channel, your gateway to discovering the wonders of our world. Here we delve deep into the most fascinating cultures, breathtaking landscapes, and untold stories from every corner of the globe. Today, we invite you to join us on an unforgettable journey to Tanzania, a land where nature's grandeur meets humanity's resilience. Imagine standing in the vast Serengeti, watching lions prowl under a fiery sunset, or encountering the proud Maasai tribe, who continue to live as their ancestors did centuries ago. But Tanzania is so much more than its iconic landscapes. It's a nation of contrasts, a place where ancient traditions and modern challenges intersect, where communities thrive despite hardships, and where every story inspires hope. Before we dive in, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an adventure. Now, let's step into the heart of Tanzania and uncover the stories that make this land truly extraordinary. Imagine a land where towering baobab trees stand as silent witnesses to centuries of change, where flamingos create a pink haze over alkaline lakes, and where the stars light up the night sky in a way that feels almost otherworldly. Tanzania is not just a destination, it's an experience that captivates every sense. But Tanzania isn't just about the grandeur of its landscapes. The heartbeat of this nation lies in its culture, which can often be as shocking as it is fascinating. Take, for example, the Maasai tradition of valuing women and cows. In this age-old custom, cows are not just livestock. They're a currency, a measure of wealth, and a symbol of status. Picture this. A young Maasai man, full of nervous excitement, approaches the family of his beloved. They sit in a semicircle as he counts out his offer. 10, 15, even 20 cows. The more cows he offers, the greater his chance of securing her hand. But it's not always so straightforward. The bride's family will often negotiate, subtly suggesting that she's worth far more. These moments are filled with tension, pride, and sometimes heartbreak. Yet, for the Maasai, this tradition isn't seen as oppressive, but as a deeply ingrained part of their identity. It binds communities, ensures familial alliances, and honors their ancestral way of life. The Maasai are not just a tribe. They are a living testament to resilience and harmony with nature. Their striking appearance, characterized by red shukas, cloths, and intricate beadwork, is instantly recognizable. Yet each piece of their attire tells a story. The red symbolizes bravery, the beads signify social status, and the jewelry, handcrafted by the women, celebrates milestones like marriage and motherhood. A day in the life of a Maasai villager is as challenging as it is structured. Before sunrise, warriors lead their cattle to graze, often walking for miles across arid plains. Women fetch water, prepare meals, and tend to children. Despite their hard lives, laughter and storytelling fill the air in their bomas, villages. One of the Maasai's most captivating rituals is the jumping dance, known as a dumu. Picture a circle of young warriors, their feet pounding the dry earth as they leap higher and higher, their shukas flowing like capes. Each jump is a declaration of vitality, strength, and readiness to protect their community. But beneath the vibrant ceremonies lies a harsher reality. Droughts can decimate livestock, leaving families without their primary source of food and income. Additionally, the pressure of modernization threatens their traditions. Young Maasai are increasingly drawn to cities, seeking education and jobs, leaving behind a way of life that once seemed eternal. Tanzania's natural beauty is both a blessing and a burden. The Serengeti National Park, Ngorongoro Crater, and Mount Kilimanjaro collectively host one of the greatest spectacles of biodiversity on Earth. From the annual migration of over 1 million wildebeest to the snow-capped peaks of Kilimanjaro, nature is an integral part of Tanzania's identity. Yet this abundance contrasts sharply with the daily struggles of its people. Despite its breathtaking wilderness, Tanzania remains a developing country where many communities lack basic amenities. For rural farmers like Maria, the rhythm of life is dictated by nature's unpredictability. Maria's story is one of quiet endurance. Her day begins before dawn, as she ties a brightly patterned kanga around her waist and sets off for the nearest well, a 5-kilometer trek through dusty paths. With a 20-liter jerry can balanced on her head, she makes the journey back home. Her family depends on this water for drinking, cooking, and washing, and she must repeat this task multiple times a day. During planting season, Maria's days grow even longer. Her family cultivates maize and cassava on a small plot of land. But without irrigation, their crops are at the mercy of erratic rains. A single failed harvest can mean months of hunger. Despite these challenges, Maria's resilience is unshakable. She finds joy in her children's laughter, in the simple beauty of the countryside, and in the hope that one day, her children might have the opportunity to pursue an education and break free from the cycle of hardship. Tanzania's government and international organizations are working to bridge the gap between its natural wealth and human needs. Solar power projects, clean water initiatives, and agricultural training programs are slowly bringing change. However, progress is uneven, and the road ahead remains long and arduous. Women in Tanzania play an essential role in shaping their families and communities, yet they often carry the heaviest burdens. In rural areas, a typical day for a woman begins before sunrise and ends long after sunset. They fetch water, tend to crops, cook meals, care for children, and even craft beaded jewelry to sell at markets. Despite their hard work, cultural norms often limit their rights and freedoms. In many Tanzanian tribes, women are not allowed to own land or livestock. This exclusion leaves them economically dependent on male family members. When a husband passes away, the woman and her children are often left vulnerable, as the land and property are typically claimed by male relatives. One of the most heartbreaking traditions is forced marriage. In some tribes, if an older man becomes widowed, he may select a young girl from the village to marry, sometimes as young as 13 or 14 years old. These girls are often forced to leave school and abandon their dreams to care for a man they barely know. However, not all women accept this fate. Meet Rosemary, a Maasai woman who defied cultural expectations. After escaping an arranged marriage as a teenager, she sought refuge with a local NGO, where she was given the opportunity to pursue education. Today, Rosemary runs an organization that shelters young girls fleeing similar situations, offering them a safe haven and access to schooling. Her work has helped hundreds of girls reclaim their futures and inspired many women to challenge traditional norms. Another beacon of hope is the rise of women's cooperatives. These groups empower women by teaching skills like tailoring, farming, and entrepreneurship. Through these initiatives, women are gradually gaining financial independence, reshaping their roles in Tanzanian society. Tanzania's natural beauty is unparalleled. The Serengeti National Park is a stage for one of the most spectacular wildlife events on Earth, the Great Migration. Each year, over 1.5 million wildebeests, accompanied by zebras and gazelles, embark on a perilous journey across the savannah in search of greener pastures. The sight of these animals braving crocodile-infested rivers and dodging predators is nothing short of awe-inspiring. Beyond the migration, Tanzania is home to iconic species like lions, elephants, giraffes, and cheetahs. However, the country's rich biodiversity faces significant threats. Elephant poaching has decimated populations, with thousands killed annually for their ivory. In some areas, the majestic black rhino teeters on the brink of extinction, hunted for its horn, which is falsely believed to have medicinal properties. But the challenges aren't limited to animals. For humans, nature's power can be both a blessing and a curse. Climate change has brought unpredictable weather patterns, with prolonged droughts followed by devastating floods. Consider Juma's story. At just 12 years old, Juma left his drought-stricken village near Lake Natron to seek work in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania's largest city. His journey was fraught with danger. Traveling alone, he faced hunger, exhaustion, and exploitation. In the city, Juma found work as a street vendor, but the income barely supports his family back home. His story is a poignant reminder of how environmental challenges force many to make difficult sacrifices. Despite these struggles, there is hope. Conservation efforts, such as anti-poaching patrols and wildlife corridors, are helping to protect Tanzania's iconic species. Community-based tourism initiatives also provide locals with sustainable income while preserving the environment. Tanzania is a nation of resilience, where challenges are met with unwavering determination and optimism. In recent years, significant strides have been made in education, healthcare, and infrastructure development. One notable success story is the expansion of primary education. The government's initiative to abolish school fees has allowed millions of children, especially girls, to attend school for the first time. This investment in education is empowering the next generation to build a brighter future. Healthcare has also seen improvements. Programs aimed at eradicating diseases like malaria and improving maternal health have saved countless lives. In rural areas, mobile clinics bring essential services to remote communities, ensuring that even the most isolated families have access to medical care. Environmental conservation is another area of progress. NGOs, local communities, and the government have collaborated on projects to combat deforestation, promote renewable energy, and protect endangered wildlife. For instance, in the Usambara Mountains, farmers are learning sustainable agricultural techniques that preserve the soil while increasing crop yields. But perhaps the greatest hope lies in the spirit of the Tanzanian people. Despite hardships, they find joy in life's simple pleasures. A child's laughter, the rhythm of traditional drumming, or the beauty of a sunset over the plains. Take the story of Amina, a single mother from Arusha. After attending a vocational training program, she opened a small tailoring business. With her earnings, she was able to send her 2 daughters to school and even save for the future. Amina's determination and success are a testament to the transformative power of education and opportunity. As Tanzania looks to the future, the country's greatest strength is its people. Their resilience, creativity, and unyielding hope. With continued investment in education, sustainable development, and environmental conservation, Tanzania has the potential to rise above its challenges and thrive as a beacon of possibility for the world. Reflecting on all we've uncovered, Tanzania truly is a land of wonders and great challenges. But it's the everyday stories, unique traditions, and the courage of its people that make Tanzania unlike any other place in the world. As we wrap up our journey through Tanzania, we hope you've been as captivated as we are by the beauty, culture, and spirit of this remarkable nation. From the untamed savannas of the Serengeti to the brave individuals challenging the odds in their communities, Tanzania is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the power of nature's magnificence. At our channel, we believe that every story, big or small, has the power to connect us to the world and to each other. If this story has inspired you, we'd love for you to join our growing community by liking this video, sharing it with your friends, and subscribing to our channel. Let us know in the comments what part of Tanzania's story moved you the most. Have you visited this incredible land, or is it now on your bucket list? Your thoughts, questions, and support help us keep bringing you these stories from around the world. Thank you for exploring Tanzania with us. Until next time, keep wandering, keep exploring, and keep discovering the beauty of our world with our channel. See you in the next adventure. What if I told you there's a country where the women are breathtakingly attractive, the cost of living is as low as $600 a month, and people literally find chicken egg-sized diamonds in their backyard? Sounds unreal, right? Welcome to Botswana, a land where ancient traditions blend seamlessly with modernity and where life is full of surprises. Stick around because you won't believe what's coming next. Welcome to our channel. If you love exploring the world's hidden gems, diving into unique cultures, and uncovering the most extraordinary stories, you're in the right place. Today we're heading to Botswana, a stunning country in southern Africa known for its rich traditions, incredible wildlife, and yes, some of the most attractive women on the planet. But there's so much more to discover here. From a $600 monthly lifestyle to the fascinating lives of the Sand people, and even a diamond industry that's reshaping the nation. So buckle up, because this is going to be a wild ride. Botswana's story begins in a dark period of African history. In the 1960s, the country, then called Bechuanaland, was still a forgotten land with a weak economy, mostly dependent on agriculture, and the lives of its people were centered around simple rural activities. While many other African nations faced chaos and conflict after gaining independence, Botswana took a different path. When Bechuanaland gained independence from Britain in 1966, its population was only about 650,000, and it was one of the poorest economies in the world. Over 80% of the population lived below the poverty line, and there were few valuable natural resources. However, what happened next is a story of innovation, wise management, and relentless perseverance. Part 1. Searching for Hope, the Early Years. In 1966, after gaining independence from Britain, Botswana was a country with immense challenges. The nation, previously known as Bechuanaland, had little to no infrastructure, and its economy was heavily reliant on traditional agriculture. The education system was underdeveloped, healthcare was rudimentary, and a large portion of the population lived in poverty. What made the situation even worse was that Botswana had limited natural resources, and much of its land was arid, unsuitable for agriculture. However, despite these daunting obstacles, Botswana had a leader who would help the country overcome its struggles. Seretse Khama, the first president of Botswana, was not only a brilliant politician, but also a visionary who understood that the country's survival depended on innovation and unity. His leadership was vital in guiding the young nation through its initial years of independence. Khama had spent time studying abroad, and he returned with a deep understanding of global economics and governance. One of his first acts as president was to establish an inclusive government that included members from all ethnic groups, even those who were previously politically marginalized. This move united the country's diverse peoples and gave them a shared sense of national pride. Under his leadership, Botswana also focused on regional cooperation, establishing peaceful relations with its neighbors. One of Khama's most important decisions was to prioritize education. Realizing that a lack of a skilled workforce was holding the country back, the government launched a national campaign to promote education at all levels. New schools were built, and students were encouraged to pursue higher education, both at home and abroad. Additionally, Khama recognized the importance of healthcare in sustaining the country's growth. By providing access to healthcare services, Botswana was able to create a healthier workforce, which further contributed to the country's development. Despite the challenges, Botswana's fortunes began to change in 1967 when a remarkable discovery was made: the Orapa diamond mine, one of the world's largest. This marked a turning point in the country's history. The discovery of diamonds transformed Botswana from a poor and underdeveloped nation into a country with vast resources. At the same time, the government made it a priority to ensure that the exploitation of these resources would benefit the people of Botswana, rather than allowing foreign companies to exploit the resources without giving back to the country. Khama's government negotiated favorable terms that ensured a share of the profits would go toward building Botswana's infrastructure. As a result, Botswana's government was able to invest in roads, schools, and hospitals, which helped lay the foundation for a stronger economy and a better quality of life for the population. By the early 1970s, Botswana had made significant progress in terms of basic infrastructure and social services, laying the groundwork for its future success. Part 2. The Miracle of Development: Diamonds and Transformation. The discovery of the Orapa diamond mine marked the beginning of Botswana's economic transformation. Diamonds quickly became the country's main source of wealth, propelling Botswana into the ranks of upper-middle-income nations. But the story of Botswana's success isn't just about diamonds, it's also about how the government chose to use that wealth to ensure the country's long-term prosperity. The government of Botswana was careful to avoid the mistakes that other countries rich in natural resources often made. However, Botswana avoided this fate by implementing transparent policies and ensuring that diamond revenues were used effectively. The Botswana government established a special fund known as the Botswana Government Investment Fund, which allowed the country to save a portion of its diamond earnings. This fund was crucial for ensuring the country's stability during economic downturns and protecting Botswana from the volatility of global diamond prices. The revenue from the diamonds helped to diversify the country's economy, which had historically relied on a single industry. By using mining wealth to build infrastructure, such as modern roads, bridges, and communication networks, Botswana positioned itself as a growing economic powerhouse in southern Africa. Additionally, Botswana invested heavily in the healthcare sector. The country's high rate of HIV/AIDS in the 1980s was a challenge, but Botswana responded with aggressive campaigns to fight the disease. The government provided free HIV treatment, ensuring that citizens had access to life-saving antiretroviral drugs. The success of this program was a reflection of Botswana's commitment to the welfare of its people and its ability to address issues head-on. The revenue from the diamond mines also allowed Botswana to focus on developing other sectors of the economy, such as tourism and agriculture. While diamonds remained a significant source of wealth, Botswana worked to reduce its dependence on a single resource by diversifying its industries. The country's thriving tourism industry is now centered around its famous national parks and wildlife reserves. Botswana's eco-tourism initiatives attract visitors from around the world, generating revenue and creating jobs for locals. By the 1990s, Botswana had firmly established itself as one of Africa's most successful economies. It was one of the few African nations to experience sustained economic growth and political stability, and it quickly became a model for other countries to follow. Part 3. Unique political system and stability. Botswana's political system has played an essential role in its success story. Unlike many other African countries, Botswana has maintained a peaceful and stable democracy for more than 50 years. One of the most remarkable aspects of Botswana's political system is its low level of corruption and the transparency of its government. Botswana's political system is based on a multi-party democracy, but unlike in many countries, the ruling party, currently the Botswana Democratic Party, BDP, has remained in power since independence. However, despite being in power for so long, the BDP has maintained high levels of accountability and has not resorted to authoritarian tactics. The peaceful transfer of power, free and fair elections, and respect for the rule of law are all fundamental principles that have helped maintain political stability. Botswana also has one of the lowest leadership turnover rates in the world. The country's political leaders, including its presidents, are known for their commitment to serving the people. Rather than focusing on personal wealth or political power, Botswana's leaders have consistently put national interests first, focusing on long-term development rather than short-term gains. Part of the reason for this stability is that Botswana's leaders have worked to build a strong civil society. The country has a robust network of non-governmental organizations, grassroots groups, and social institutions that engage in policy discussions and hold the government accountable. Botswana's people trust their leaders because they see that the government is genuinely working to improve their lives. Moreover, Botswana's political culture encourages open dialogue and debate, with multiple political parties participating in the electoral process. The public is actively involved in political decisions, and the country's commitment to democracy and human rights ensures that the people's voices are heard. This culture of participation has contributed to Botswana's overall social cohesion, creating a society where people feel invested in the country's success. Botswana's political stability has not only fostered economic development, but has also allowed the country to avoid many of the social and political challenges that other African nations have faced. Through a combination of effective governance, a commitment to transparency, and a people-focused approach, Botswana has built a resilient and thriving democracy that continues to inspire other nations around the world. Part 4. Challenges. Society and economy in the 21st century. Despite Botswana's remarkable progress, the country faces several significant challenges that are crucial for its future. One of the most pressing issues is the HIV/AIDS epidemic, which continues to affect the country disproportionately. Botswana has the highest HIV prevalence rate in the world, with an estimated 25% of the adult population living with the virus. This health crisis has placed enormous pressure on the healthcare system and the economy. as it affects the most productive segments of the population. However, the government's response to this crisis has been one of the... Since the early 2000s, Botswana has implemented a nationwide campaign to combat the HIV/AIDS epidemic. The government offers free antiretroviral treatment to those living with HIV, which has significantly improved life expectancy and quality of life for many citizens. Public health campaigns have increased awareness about HIV transmission and prevention, helping reduce the stigma surrounding the disease. Botswana also receives substantial international support, particularly from organizations like the Global Fund, PEPFAR, the US President's Emergency Plan for AIDS Relief, and other international NGOs that have been instrumental in providing resources and technical expertise. By 2016, Botswana had made significant strides, achieving universal access to antiretroviral therapy, and the country was on track to meet the United Nations 90-90-90 goals, meaning that 90% of people living with HIV know their status, 90% of those diagnosed receive treatment, and 90% of those on treatment achieve viral suppression. However, despite this success, HIV/AIDS remains a heavy burden on the country's healthcare system, straining resources that could be allocated to other pressing needs, such as maternal and child health, non-communicable diseases, and general medical infrastructure. Moreover, the stigma surrounding HIV continues to pose a challenge, as it affects the willingness of individuals to seek testing and treatment. Another significant challenge that Botswana faces is the impact of climate change. As a landlocked arid country, Botswana is highly vulnerable to shifts in weather patterns, droughts, and extreme temperatures. The country's agriculture is largely dependent on rainfall, and as droughts have become more frequent and severe, food production has suffered, exacerbating food insecurity. Additionally, Botswana's economy, while more diversified than it was in the past, still heavily relies on natural resources, especially diamonds. The mining sector remains vulnerable to fluctuating global commodity prices, and if global demand for diamonds were to decline, it could undermine the country's economy. The negative environmental impacts of mining, such as land degradation, water usage, and pollution, are also concerns that need to be addressed. While Botswana has adopted relatively responsible mining practices, the long-term sustainability of the industry requires careful planning and management. The government has recognized the need for diversification in the economy and is pushing for investments in sectors like tourism, agriculture, and technology. Despite these challenges, Botswana's resilience is evident. The country is taking steps to combat climate change by adopting policies aimed at sustainability, renewable energy, and improved water management. Moreover, Botswana is working to further strengthen its economic diversification efforts, making it less reliant on its mineral resources in the future. Part 5. Interesting and unusual facts about Botswana. Botswana is a country filled with unique attributes and fascinating facts that make it stand out on the global stage. First and foremost, the Okavango Delta is one of Botswana's most iconic natural wonders. This UNESCO World Heritage Site is one of the world's largest inland deltas and is home to a diverse array of wildlife. The Okavango Delta is a rare example of a wetland that does not drain into any ocean or sea. Instead, it evaporates, creating an ecosystem that supports an incredibly rich biodiversity. Known as a haven for animal lovers and conservationists, the delta is home to thousands of species, including elephants, lions, cheetahs, leopards, and endangered species like the African wild dog. Birdwatchers flock to the delta to observe over 500 species of birds, making it a paradise for ornithologists. The delta's seasonal flooding creates an ever-changing landscape, with vast floodplains transforming into lush wetlands teeming with life. Botswana is also home to one of the most successful wildlife conservation programs in the world. With an abundance of wildlife and natural beauty, the government has taken deliberate steps to ensure that the country's biodiversity is preserved. Botswana has established a wide network of national parks and nature reserves, such as Chobe National Park, Makgadikgadi Pans National Park, and Kigulagadi Transfrontier Park. These protected areas cover vast stretches of land and provide sanctuary for a range of endangered species. What makes Botswana's approach to wildlife conservation unique is its commitment to sustainable tourism. The government has implemented strict regulations on hunting and tourism, ensuring that tourism dollars are reinvested into conservation efforts and community development. Botswana has also been a leader in banning hunting, making it one of the few countries in Africa with such a policy. By focusing on ecotourism and sustainable practices, Botswana has managed to balance economic growth with environmental preservation. Another interesting fact about Botswana is that it has one of the highest levels of literacy in Africa. Despite its relatively small size and resources, Botswana has made education a priority, achieving near universal literacy rates. The country has invested heavily in building schools and offering scholarships for higher education, both domestically and internationally. In addition to its natural wonders, Botswana is also home to one of the world's most stable and effective political systems. The country has enjoyed uninterrupted democracy since gaining independence in 1966, a rarity in Africa. Botswana's democratic model, low levels of corruption, and transparent governance have made it a beacon of stability in the region. Finally, Botswana is a relatively small country, both in terms of population and landmass. With a population of around 2.5 million people, it is one of the least densely populated countries in Africa. Despite its size, Botswana has managed to punch above its weight on the international stage, particularly in terms of its political stability, economic growth, and wildlife conservation efforts. These facts highlight Botswana's uniqueness, not only as a country rich in natural beauty, but also as a nation committed to sustainable development, democracy, and innovation. Botswana's ability to overcome challenges and harness its natural and human resources in a way that benefits both the environment and its people makes it a fascinating example of success in Africa. Botswana, once a poor nation, has now become a model of sustainable development and stability in the region. Its journey from poverty to prosperity is not a coincidence, but the result of smart decisions and the unity of its people. In a world full of uncertainties, Botswana proves that with strategic vision and perseverance, even a small country can rise and build lasting success. Remember, sometimes lesser-known countries have extraordinary stories that can inspire us. Botswana is a living testament to overcoming challenges and building a brighter future. If you've enjoyed this journey through Botswana, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Let us know in the comments which part of Botswana you'd love to explore the most. And stay tuned, our next video will uncover another hidden gem of the world. See you soon. What if I told you there's a place where paradise is real, the cost of living is unbelievably low, and life is filled with breathtaking adventures and stunning women? Sounds too good to be true? Well, welcome to Costa Rica, where your dream lifestyle can become your reality for just $550 a month. Stick around because what you're about to discover will blow your mind. Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel, where we uncover the most astonishing destinations and life-changing opportunities from around the world. In today's video, we're diving deep into what it's like to live in Costa Rica, a tropical paradise where life is simple, beautiful, and surprisingly affordable. We'll explore the vibrant culture, the stunning landscapes, the warm hospitality of the locals, and yes, the beautiful women that make this country so captivating. Plus, I'll share how you can live here for as little as $550 a month without sacrificing quality of life. Are you ready? Let's dive in. Imagine waking up to the sound of tropical birds, sipping on some of the world's finest coffee, and stepping out into a lush green rainforest. This is not a vacation. This could be your everyday life in Costa Rica. What makes Costa Rica so unique? It's one of the happiest countries in the world, thanks to its pura vida philosophy, which means pure life. It's a mindset that encourages simplicity, positivity, and living in the moment. Costa Ricans focus on happiness, balance, and embracing the joy in life's small pleasures. Breathtaking, diverse from the white sands of the Pacific beaches to the misty cloud forests and towering volcanoes, Costa Rica offers every type of adventure you can imagine. Whether you're into hiking, surfing, or just relaxing by the beach, Costa Rica has it all. Safety and security. Costa Rica is incredibly safe, with no military since 1948. The money saved from not having to fund a military goes into education and healthcare, making it a peaceful and secure haven for both locals and expats alike. Environmentally conscious, Costa Rica has set an example in sustainable living. Almost 100% of the country's electricity is generated from renewable energy sources, making it a global leader in eco-friendly living. If you love nature, this country is the perfect place to enjoy clean air, pristine beaches, and rich biodiversity. Here's the kicker. You can live a comfortable life in Costa Rica for just $550 a month. How? Affordable rent. Rent for a cozy apartment or even a small house can be as low as $300. You can find places to live in rural areas or in less touristy parts of the country for even less, offering a great value for your money. Affordable food. Fresh, locally grown fruits, vegetables, and coffee are ridiculously cheap. A week's worth of groceries might cost you only $10 to $20, allowing you to eat healthy, fresh food without breaking the bank. Transportation. Public transportation is extremely affordable. Buses cost less than $1 for a ride, and many people opt for bicycles, which are common in Costa Rican towns and cities. Let me tell you a quick story that perfectly captures the magic of Costa Rica. Are you ready to hear how one person turned their life around in this paradise? Mark, an expat from California, moved to Costa Rica last year. He spends his mornings hiking through lush rainforests, his afternoons working remotely with blazing fast internet, and his evenings sipping cocktails by the beach, all while spending less than half of what he used to in the US. Sounds dreamy, doesn't it? One of the best aspects of living in Costa Rica is the people. Known as Ticos, Costa Ricans are incredibly warm, welcoming, and friendly, making it one of the easiest places to feel at home, no matter where you're from. The concept of pura vida, meaning pure life, is more than just a saying, it's a way of life for the Ticos. It encapsulates a deep appreciation for simplicity, joy, and living in the present moment. When you first arrive in Costa Rica, you'll quickly notice the laid-back attitude of the locals. Ticos take time to enjoy the small moments, whether it's having a conversation with a neighbor, savoring a cup of coffee, or taking a walk through the countryside. This relaxed pace of life is refreshing and contagious, making you feel like you're part of a community that values human connection over rushing through life. Costa Ricans have a profound sense of community and hospitality. It's common for people to greet each other with a friendly hola and a smile, even if they're strangers. When you visit a local shop, don't be surprised if the shopkeeper strikes up a conversation with you about your day or the weather. The kindness and warmth of the locals are truly unparalleled, and you'll feel like you're part of the family in no time. The culture of Costa Rica revolves around the idea of family, and it's reflected in their everyday life. Many Costa Ricans live in tight-knit family units, often with several generations living under the same roof. This focus on family bonds creates a strong sense of support, and it's not uncommon for neighbors to look out for each other, making it feel like a small village wherever you go. But it's not just the general hospitality that makes Costa Ricans stand out. It's their zest for life. They approach everything with an enthusiasm that can only be described as infectious. Whether it's celebrating a local festival, attending a family gathering, or enjoying a Sunday barbecue, the Ticos love to celebrate life. Their sense of joy is reflected in their music, their food, and the way they embrace every opportunity to connect with others. Now let's talk about the beautiful women of Costa Rica. Costa Rican women are known for their natural beauty, radiating charm and warmth wherever they go. But what really makes them stand out is their kindness and genuine nature. These women take pride in their culture, their families, and their communities, which gives them a strong sense of identity and pride. They are family-oriented and value deep, meaningful connections. In a world where superficial interactions are often the norm, many expats in Costa Rica find that the women here are refreshingly sincere and approachable. Whether you're looking to form friendships or seeking love, Costa Rica offers a welcoming environment where relationships are built on trust and mutual respect. Costa Rican women are also incredibly independent, educated, and modern. While they cherish their traditions, they are just as passionate about carving their own paths in life, whether in their careers, education, or personal endeavors. You'll find Costa Rican women excelling in various fields, from entrepreneurship to the arts, science, and technology. The country values gender equality, and many women take on leadership roles in their communities, businesses, and families. The natural beauty of Costa Rican women is only enhanced by the beautiful country they call home. With its stunning beaches, lush rainforests, and picturesque mountains, Costa Rica is the perfect backdrop for these women to flourish. They take pride in their appearance and often embrace an active lifestyle, spending time outdoors, hiking, surfing, or enjoying the natural wonders of the country. Costa Rican women's health-conscious lifestyle is another aspect that makes them stand out. They embrace fresh, local foods and often incorporate a lot of fruits, vegetables, and fish into their diets. Their love for nature and physical activity, such as yoga, swimming, and hiking, keeps them fit and vibrant. Whether they're working in the city or spending time on the beach, their radiant health and energy are truly inspiring. In Costa Rica, relationships are built on respect and understanding. People here don't rush into things, and instead, they take their time to get to know one another on a deeper level. If you're lucky enough to meet a Costa Rican woman, you'll likely find yourself swept up in a genuine connection that focuses on emotional intimacy, trust, and shared experiences. Whether you're interested in forming lifelong friendships, or perhaps even finding love, Costa Rica offers a rich and diverse pool of beautiful women who embrace the values of family, community, and authenticity. You'll quickly discover that the culture of kindness, respect, and love in Costa Rica extends beyond the country's stunning landscapes and into the hearts of the people themselves. Costa Rica is a natural wonderland. Whether you're an adrenaline junkie or a nature lover, there's something for everyone. Ziplining through rainforests, glide above the treetops and experience the jungle like never before. Costa Rica offers some of the world's most exciting ziplining tours, where you'll soar above the rainforest canopy and take in breathtaking views. Surfing the waves. The Pacific Coast offers world-class surfing spots for both beginners and pros. Costa Rica is one of the world's top destinations for surfing, with iconic spots like Jaco, Nosara, and Tamarindo. If you've ever dreamed of catching the perfect wave, this is the place. Exploring volcanoes. Arenal volcano, with its hot springs, is a must-visit. Hike the trails around this active volcano, relax in natural hot springs, and enjoy the stunning views of the surrounding forests. Wildlife encounters. Spot sloths, toucans, and monkeys in their natural habitats. Costa Rica is known for its incredible biodiversity. Whether you're exploring the cloud forests, visiting the national parks, or taking a wildlife tour, you'll be able to witness nature in its purest form. Imagine spending a day hiking to a hidden waterfall, swimming in its crystal-clear pools, and then relaxing with a view of the sunset over the ocean. What if this was your everyday life? Keep watching to uncover how Costa Rica makes this dream a reality. This isn't a dream, it's Costa Rica. Costa Rica has a tropical climate, meaning it stays warm year-round. However, the best time to visit or move depends on your preferences. The dry season, which runs from December to April, is widely considered the best time to visit Costa Rica. During these months, the country experiences sunny weather with minimal rainfall, making it ideal for outdoor activities like hiking, surfing, and relaxing on the beach. The dry season is especially great if you're planning on spending a lot of time in the coastal areas, where the sun shines almost every day. The beaches on the Pacific coast, like Manuel Antonio or Tamarindo, are particularly stunning during the dry season. The clear skies and warm temperatures make it perfect for surfing, swimming, or just lounging by the water. But of course, with ideal weather comes more tourists, so expect higher prices for accommodations and activities. On the other hand, the rainy season, from May to November, offers a very different experience. While it may seem like the wet season would be a deterrent, there are some hidden gems to it. Costa Rica's rainforests truly come to life during these months. The lush greenery becomes even more vibrant, and you'll witness Costa Rica in all its natural glory. Although there's a chance of daily afternoon showers, these rains tend to be brief, and the mornings are typically clear and sunny. The rain is actually a relief from the intense heat of the dry season, creating a more comfortable atmosphere for hiking and exploring. Many tourists avoid this season, which means you'll experience fewer crowds, making it a perfect time for those who want a more peaceful and intimate visit. If you plan on exploring the cloud forests in places like Monteverde or Santa Elena, the rainy season brings out the mystical beauty of the misty forests, which you won't experience in the dry season. The wetter months allow you to enjoy the famous tropical wildlife without having to fight crowds. Imagine strolling through lush paths, spotting sloths hanging in trees or toucans flying by, while a light drizzle refreshes the air. Also, let's not forget about the green season discounts. During the rainy months, many accommodations and tours offer lower rates. This is a fantastic opportunity for travelers on a budget who don't mind a little rain. You can still enjoy the beautiful landscapes, adventure tours, and natural hot springs, all at a fraction of the price during the high season. While some areas of Costa Rica may be challenging to explore during the rainy season due to the occasional muddy roads and soggy conditions, there are plenty of places that are just as enjoyable, if not more so, during this time. Whether you prefer the constant sunshine of the dry season or the lush, misty allure of the rainy season, Costa Rica offers something for everyone. Ultimately, it's about what kind of experience you're looking for: the bustling, sun-drenched beaches or the tranquil, rain-soaked rainforests. Either way, Costa Rica is a year-round destination, and it's always ready to welcome you with open arms. As you've seen, Costa Rica is not only a great place to relax, but also an ideal destination for those who want to live a fulfilling life without worrying about high living costs. To help you understand more about the specific costs here, let's go over some important factors you need to know if you plan to live in Costa Rica. Taxes and insurance. When you live in Costa Rica, one thing you need to pay attention to is the tax system. Although there is no high income tax like in some other countries, you still need to pay for health insurance and taxes on your income. However, the tax policies in Costa Rica are quite simple and not too complicated, making it easier to manage your personal finances without too many restrictions. Healthcare costs. One of the strengths of Costa Rica is its excellent healthcare system, which is of very high quality. Public healthcare is completely free for citizens, and if you're a foreigner, you can register in the National Social Security System or buy private health insurance for just around $50 to $150 a month for an individual. This is very reasonable if you're planning to live here long-term and want to ensure your health without spending a lot of money. Daily living expenses. So when you go shopping or eat out, how much will you spend? Supermarkets in Costa Rica offer a wide range of quality products, from imported goods to fresh produce, all at affordable prices. You can buy basic items like rice, meat, and vegetables for just about $10 to $20 for a week. If you eat at casual restaurants, a meal for one person can range from $5 to $10, while higher-end restaurants can charge $15 to $30 for a meal. This means that you don't need to worry about overspending daily. The cost of living in Costa Rica is actually very manageable, allowing you to live a full life without the need to cut back too much. Integrating into the community. One of the great ways to save money and enjoy life in Costa Rica is by integrating into the local community. Making friends with locals will help you better understand the culture and may help you find services and products at more affordable prices. In addition, you can discover low-cost entertainment, sports activities, or traditional festivals that won't break the bank, allowing you to feel like part of the Costa Rican family. So, with about $550 to $750 a month, you can live comfortably in Costa Rica, enjoying the amenities, services, and vibrant life without stressing about high costs. Although Costa Rica is a wonderful paradise with lots to offer, like any other place, life here is not entirely perfect. Before deciding to move and live here long-term, there are a few risks and challenges that you should be aware of. Geography and climate. While Costa Rica has a wonderful tropical climate, there are also heavy rains during the rainy season, from May to November. This can be challenging for those who dislike wet conditions or need flexible travel plans. Heavy rainfall can cause flooding and affect transportation, especially in coastal and mountainous areas. However, if you live in major cities, like San Jose, this problem will be less severe. Housing costs in tourist areas. Another challenge is that if you want to live near the beach or in popular tourist areas like Tamarindo, Manuel Antonio, or Santa Teresa, housing prices can be higher than in rural areas. Although the general cost of living in Costa Rica is quite affordable, if you choose to live in high tourist areas, you may face significantly higher prices for accommodation. Petty crime and safety. Costa Rica has a relatively low crime rate compared to other Latin American countries, but petty theft, like stealing personal items, can still happen, especially in crowded tourist areas. Therefore, you need to be cautious with your belongings, particularly when participating in outdoor activities or traveling. However, crime rates here are not a big concern if you stay alert and stick to safe areas. Cultural differences. While Costa Ricans are very friendly and welcoming, living in a new country can come with the challenge of adapting to a new culture and way of life. The pace of work and slow administrative processes in Costa Rica can be frustrating if you're used to a fast-paced lifestyle. However, if you can accept the slower pace of life here and learn to enjoy the moments, you'll soon feel the pura vida spirit in your everyday life. Environmental issues. While Costa Rica is a country that places great importance on environmental protection and has many wonderful nature reserves, there are still issues related to pollution and waste management, especially in urban areas. Recycling and waste management remain challenges, although locals are gradually improving the situation. This is not something that should worry you greatly, but if you are passionate about a perfect environment, you may need to pay more attention to this issue while living in Costa Rica. Costa Rica, with its stunning natural beauty, affordable living costs, and the warm hospitality of its people, is truly an ideal place for those seeking a new life. However, before deciding to live here, you also need to understand the challenges and risks to fully enjoy your life. With a low cost of living, you can live comfortably, enjoy endless activities, and be part of a friendly community, making Costa Rica your second paradise. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Let us know in the comments what excites you most about Costa Rica. And stay tuned for our next video, where we'll uncover another stunning destination you won't want to miss. See you next time, and as they say in Costa Rica, pura vida.